To the brothers of Sigma and guests, good morning and welcome to Sigma Day on the Hill. We are taught in God's Word to give honor to whom honor is due. On this morning, during our official visit to Washington, D.C., the birthplace of our beloved fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma, we come to mobilize for our youth future. In addition, this moment is special in that we pause to pay tribute to one of our most dedicated members for his service to his and our fraternity. As we approach our centennial celebration in less than 4 years, it is fitting and appropriate to recognize those members who have served our noble band down through the years. This organization in the late 60s and early 70s created the office of Executive Director to ensure a continuous focus on the operations of this fraternity for the greater good of our members and the service we provide. Since that time to now, we have had 5 executive directors. Today, we want to highlight the tenure of a native of the Eastern region, the son of Alpha Chapter, and a true Sigma servant whose work is known throughout our organization. I am privileged as the International President to present to each of you the 2nd International Executive Director, Brother Gerald Smith. Gerald, would you join me? Brother Smith, on behalf of the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, I want you to accept the past executive director's pen as a token of our love and appreciation for the service that you provided to our founder's dream. We wish you much and continued success. The executive director's pen, it is with the fraternity badge and it's with the number 2, signifying that Gerald was our 2nd International Executive Director. Brother Smith. Thank you. Please be seated.
In the year 1914, the year of the founding of our beloved fraternity, the 7th successive remake of a classic American film was released. This 1914 rendition of Uncle Tom's Cabin would mark the first time that an African-American man would be chosen to replace the white actors who had previously played the character of Uncle Tom in blackface. The black actor was Sam Lucas. His appearance would cement in the American consciousness forever the image of a disconnected, ignorant, dependent, and happy darky, unable to provide for himself or others without the support of his European sponsors. That image has come down to us today in our use of the term Uncle Tom and the continuing posture of dependence for support and guidance that much of our community looks to others to provide for us. Between the 1914 rendition and today, there have been another 7 remakes of this important film, as well as many other films based upon its original characters, thus establishing it, I believe, as the most remade movie in American history. Directly confronting and standing against the prevailing image of African-American men established by the often remade Uncle Tom's Cabin was the action taken on the campus of Howard University on January 9, 1914 by our 3 far-sighted founders and those charter members who chose to join with them. Uncle Tom was alone and disconnected. Our founders said, "We shall be brothers, and we shall form an international fraternity." Uncle Tom was kind, but unschooled. Our founders said, "We shall establish scholarship." as one of our primary principles and dedicate ourselves not simply to the acquiring of basic skills and knowledge, but to the highest form of learning, to total scholarship. Uncle Tom lived one step up from slavery and was forced to serve others against his will. Our founders said, "We are free men and we choose to serve others as our response of thankfulness to God for the goodness that He has shown each of us. We choose to serve others at the price we willingly pay for the sun that shines on us and the air that we're permitted to breathe. Some others may seek to elevate themselves and to lead men. We choose to stand beside others and to serve humanity." Our founders' dream of brotherhood precipitated a national union of committed men that stretches from North America to Europe to the Caribbean to Africa to Asia. Our founders' dream of scholarship attracted preeminent scholars such as Dr. Elaine Leroy Locke, Dr. George Washington Carver, and many others, and gained Sigma recognition by its founding university as the first organization to be granted the charter, the first to be so honored on the Howard campus, even though 4 other organizations pre-existed Sigma on that campus. Our founders' dream of service for humanity will attract 2 future African presidents as undergraduates who would lead their countries in independence, and 2 others who would join as graduates and host a public service like Asa Philip Randolph, Huey Newton, and John Lewis, men who would provide a greater basis of freedom for all men and women in this country. As your second national executive director, I was proud to move Sigma from a system of addressograph cards to a system of computerization that's still utilized today, some 2 decades after the end of my service. I created a system utilized today to track our membership, froze our annual card numbers in place of the random and arbitrary system that preceded it, and moved the implementation of a system of financial records from one some 18 months behind the actual receipt of funds to one that is current on a daily basis. But despite all I was able to accomplish, in truth, although my title was executive director, in function I was only administrative secretary. The full implementation of our founders' dream of a full-time fraternal brotherhood in many areas still lies before us. I accept this recognition, therefore, with both thanks and with a challenge. You have an national executive director. Let him do his job. Put him in charge of the entire fraternity, top to bottom, and let him coordinate the left hand with the right hand so that our many efforts do not continue to work at cross purposes, but come together with power and strength. And remember always our creed. I believe in the principles, brotherhood, scholarship, and service of the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. And my loyalty to these, brotherhood, scholarship, and service, transcends all personal responsibility. I believe I should be a accredited organization, that I should at all times safeguard its reputation with the best in conduct. I believe in the unity of purpose. The unity of purpose. As expressed in our motto, culture for service and service for humanity. These things, belief in the principles and the doing of them, constitute the true test of a Phi Beta Sigma man. In closing, I wish to thank my wife of some 41 years, Lynette, Sorrel Lynette, and my number 2 son, my Sigma son, Stephen. Stephen is representing both himself and my non-Sigma first son. Together with my wife, they have given more to Phi Beta Sigma over the past nearly 1/2 century than almost anyone else. I also wish to thank the 3 brothers who came with me today in representation of all those with whom I have stood and worked over the years. In his first inaugural address, our president, the most honorable Barack H. Obama, used the phrase, the unity of purpose, a phrase that comes directly out of our Sigma creed. May we, like our U.S. president, recognize that without brotherhood we are weak and disjointed, that without scholarship we are drained to society rather than a contributor to it, and without a life dedicated to serving others, our service becomes self-service and devoid of lasting value and importance to humankind. I thank you for this honor and for this day. Phi Beta Sigma, we are 4 years from 100 and far, far from home. May we dedicate ourselves daily to the dream that our founders have laid before us. We have repeated with our mouths the creed that they gave us almost 100 years ago. We believe in our hearts and do with our hands what we have said with our mouths. If we work together, if we struggle together, one day soon we shall get home. May God bless you, my brothers, forever. May God continue to bless our founder's dream. And may God richly bless our Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
All right, let's give Brother Smith another hand. We thank you. It's because of you that we're even here today on Capitol Hill, so we thank you for all your efforts.